Page 22, I Could Have Danced All Night. It's a very famous piece from a musical. 4/4 time, no sharps or flats in a key signature. There are some accidentals, we'll deal with those, but for the most part using the white keys. And you're moving around some. So that 5-finger position that we've been so used to is gradually disappearing. You'll still get a 5-finger position from time to time, but for the most part, don't count on it. At the beginning, let's check notes and rhythms. Now that first measure has 3 notes in it, so we're coming in on beat 2. Well, that means according to music theory, there should be another measure somewhere with just 1 beat in it, because it's got to be 4 beats total according to the time signature. And if you look at the last measure at the bottom of page 23, that's got 1 beat. Okay, makes sense. At the beginning in the right hand, look at these first 4 notes. Here, here, here. Now this is a C chord in extended position. That's the fingering for it. So anytime I see these notes in that pattern, I automatically finger it this way. I don't need finger numbers. So it's 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. And that's tied. You hold it down for 6 counts and then 3, 4, 1. The next measure, rest, reach down. Now this, you're not going quite as far here. That's another chord, I won't get into it. And then, and I don't see anything really hard about these notes or the rhythm. I'm pretty sure you can get the rhythm. Measure 16, it's the last measure of the 3rd line. It's here, again, it's just a D minor chord, an extended position. So 1, 2. Now we get to C sharps. And 4th finger, because you know the 4th finger's on the C, so well, I just used 5th. I don't want to use 5th again if I don't have to. And then go on. Alright, let's go over to page 23. It's measure 32. It's where the whole notes are in the right hand. They have 3, 5, 2, 5, 1, 5, and then a 1, 5. You got this coming down. I suggest that you finger the first one, the A and the C. Instead of 3, 5, use 4, 5. You need to be able to use 4 and 5 like that with a note in between. You need to get used to it. It happens a lot in piano. So just do that. This way you can do a 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, and a 1, 5. You got plenty of fingers there. So that's what I'm recommending. Now, measure 38, you're coming up to another chord, except now they've added the F. And I use 4th finger on the B, because that's the fingering I use for the chord. Not 3, some people use 3, whatever, but I teach 4, so it's here. And then I have to add the F, and then going on, measure 42. And again, I use 4th finger on the C because that's the chord and that's the fingering I use. And then I suggest you do a 1, 4, measure 44, and then if you can do a 2, 5 on measure 45. Because really what we're doing is this chord. It's another extended position, but I don't move my hands around and I can connect the melody. There. And then you can come down and at the bottom, measure 46. I recommend a 2, 4, not a 1, 4. And that way I can connect both notes. Here. There's nothing wrong with 1, 4. I just like to connect both notes. I can't do that if I use thumb. So a lot of times we have no choice but to use thumb on that bottom note. But if I can get away with not, I don't. Left hand, broken chords, really. At the beginning, 1, 2, 3. That's the beginning where the left hand comes in. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Just a broken C chord. Okay. Go down to measure 11. That's C sharp. And a little bit later, come up 1, 2. And then 5 5/7 chord, that's fine. You're just coming up from here to here. If you'd like, you can prepare that in your fingers by that last chord, instead of a 3/5, 3/1, do a 2/1. And you're right, the 2's right there. Don't have to, but think about that kind of thing. When you're figuring out fingering on something, sometimes you'll use a fingering to prepare for what's coming. And so to prepare for this, I can put that thumb there, I can just do that. There's different fingering styles. This is something to think about. You say, you're making this harder. Well, I'm challenging you because the music's going to get harder, and if I can challenge you now, it'll help you later. If you're struggling with it, then forget all that. Just try and get it as best you can. 22 is you're up here, and then 23 is 1. It's that 5/7 chord again, but it's a broken chord. One note. And then, that's really what. Let's go down to the bottom. Measure 45, you're down here, you've been down here. And then we have a C major scale going down. Well, if you've been doing the C major scale like you're supposed to, this is simple. It's just here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 5/7 chord and a 1 chord. If you haven't been doing the C major scale, you'll probably struggle to get this smooth and even. It won't be there. You won't have the control. You won't have the feel here. You won't have this. You'll be doing this or all kinds of things. Rather than just go to the scale video and do C major scale, 1 octave, just like I describe it in the video. I explain it with wrists and accents and the whole bit. Put them together here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now make sure the left hand comes up when you play that. 1, 1. See the rest now in the right hand. And I measure 4. When I play that note, the left hand comes up. I don't really feel I need to play it all for you. You put the hands together. And then go back and fix the wrong notes. No wrong notes allowed. And then go back and fix the hesitations. It has to be a steady beat. It can go slow for now, but it's got to be a steady beat. No hesitations anywhere. Then we can add the slurring. Here. Well, sometimes you get rests to lift up. So your phrasing is built in. Yeah. But then on measure 8, is it? Where you have and still, well, that ends a phrase, starts to lift up. So 5, measure 5, connect, and lift both hands. It's like taking a breath. Here, connect it, so forth. So put in the slurring. In the left hand, you pretty much just connect everything as best you can. Then add the dynamics. They don't give you much in dynamics. You get a moderately loud or a memph at the beginning, and you get an F on measure 35, and that's it. Well, you need to feel the dynamics, really, in any piece of music. So I suggest you get to know the piece, and then you can put in the dynamics. This piece is not real soft, gentle piece. This is a dancing piece. This is like a party piece, a happy piece. So yeah, you're going to be slightly on the louder side. And that's the melody. This left hand needs to be kept soft. Yeah. So it's all the way through. And then you get louder over on page 23, when the whole notes start again, measure 32 is the first one is still whatever loudness, then a little louder, now you're loud. And that's left hand, or the right hand. The left hand's soft. your stings are loud pretty much through the whole. I mean, because you're just having a ball. Speed-wise, it's a happy song. They say brightly, that's the mood of the piece. That's fine. Be bright. Well, you got to learn it first. Get it well under your fingers, and then you'll find recordings of this. It's a rather fast waltz, is what it is. That's my impression of 1, 2. It's a fast piece. Again, it's the feel of the piece, not the speed of the beat. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's pretty quick. But the feel is not that. The feel is a longer. The feel is just kind of a more gentle, flowing thing. So, yeah, okay. Now they've added pedal. Well, isn't that interesting? I'd like to talk about the pedal. In my opinion, if you're going to use pedal, use it for specific reasons. You don't just use it out of habit. And I'm looking this piece over, not under, trying to figure out why they've added the pedal where they've added it. As near as I can tell, they're simply connecting these repeated chords. They're connecting those. I would like to alter why we're using the pedal a little bit and maybe add a little more pedal in places. So give you some ideas to think about. First, you learn it without pedal, and then when you add the pedal, you can hear the difference it makes. And you can experiment with the pedal. Do I like it here? Do I not like it here? Why am I using it here? Why don't I use it here? Well, if I pedal it like they're showing, it's lag pedaling, so the notes are going to go down first and then the pedal. And I lift the pedal after I play the note after like the B. That's what they're suggesting. I find that a little iffy. I think we can do better. One of the reasons you can use pedal is to color longer held notes, because on a piano, when you play a note, it just sits there and gradually dies away on its own. There's nothing to it. But if you add the pedal, it adds the overtones. And you can hear the overtones, and it just colors it a little bit, assuming your piano is reasonably in tune. I just had this thing tuned. It shouldn't be that bad yet. So I'm going to suggest, and it works out on what they're doing because it's the whole notes that you want to hold it down for, and we're holding it down for that, so that's fine. But we got another whole note coming. I want to hold it down for that too. I want to color that. And lift it up here. When the right hand comes up, I'll lift the pedal with it. And I don't need to. And then, so I'm going to use the pedal on all the whole notes throughout here. Something like this, I think. Sort of. Now when you get to the bottom of page 23 in this run, if you pedal that, you smear it. I don't want to end with that kind of a noise after I've done all that. So if if I pedal it, I'm going to have to pedal it like every 2 beats and keep cleaning out the sound. Or I just got to leave it out. And then at the end, I don't connect those 2 notes. I like a little separation. So I'm going to pedal with the notes there. And here I'm pedaling not because they're long, I'm pedaling because they're loud and it's ending it and I want the sound. I want a lot of sound here. So I'm pedaling it to add the overtones to those notes. That's another reason to pedal. Color. You don't just color long notes, you can color anything, but careful. I'd like to play this with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics. I will pedal it as I suggested. I'll give us 5 counts because we come in on beat 2. Let's just try it together very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2, 2, 2, 4, rest. 2, 2. 3, blast off. 1, 2, 2, 4, 2, 2.